Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a quick little Tithe Farming guide. So um, basically, a quick overview of Tithe Farm. It's just a little farming mini game where you plant seeds within the farm, and when you you plant in total 100 seeds, 20 at a time, and you get every time you harvest one of the plants when it's grown, you get one fruit. Um, you deposit the fruit into deposit sacks that are found around the farm, and you'll be rewarded with farming experience as well as points for the rewards. Yeah, and so that's basically it. Pretty much summed up, and I'll show you guys what you can do with the points and everything. Now, to actually get here, you can simply go to mini games and then find Tithe Farm. Once you teleport, you'll teleport basically right where I'm standing, just right in front of the entrance. Now, I'm going to go over some recommended items that are required items, actually. You're going to need these items and some other things you're going to need completed to even do Tithe Farm. So first off, if we go to current favor, you're going to need 100% Hosidius House Favor complete. You're also going to need a requirement of 37 farming. And to actually plant and harvest the seeds, you're going to need at least one watering can, although 8 is highly recommended. You're also going to need a seed dibber and a spade. Now I'll go over my inventory setup and why I have it laid out this way. So as I said, the 8 watering cans, and having them set up this way is strategic, and you'll see why once we actually get hands-on in the farming mini game. But yeah, setting them up here is recommended. Just set your seed dibber and spade at the bottom, and then have your, I'd say at least 10 stamina potions. You're going to want to have a nice amount in the inventory if you plan on just staying here for quite a while. And now, optionally, so you can see I have my Astral Ruin. That's for Humidify. So this is on the Lunar Spellbooks, and basically, Humidify will just refill all the watering cans. There are places in here where you can fill up your cans, so if this is not an option for you, then that's fine, although it is much more convenient to have Humidify. It does require water, fire, and Astral Ruins. I use a combination staff, and so steam covers both fire and water. Optionally, if you can't afford a steam battle staff for 500k, then you could get a water battle staff, or just like a water staff, just a regular one, and a tome of fire. But yeah, steam is definitely the way to go. And for gear, what you're going to want is your best weight reducing gear, preferably full, graceful. Swap out boots of lightness or spottier cape if needed. And optionally, you could, to leave quickly, I bring my construction cape. If you wanted to bring a amulet of glory or something like that, then that's fine as well. Or also optionally, what a lot of people do is just go to the mini games and usually teleport to like Castle Wars or something like that. But yeah, that covers all the requirements as well as inventory and gear. So now let's go ahead and enter the farm. Now, when you first enter here, if this is your first time, you're going to talk to this farmer sitting on the chair. Skip this dialogue. Yes, so tell him you want to work on the farm, third option. And he's going to redirect you to the table of seeds here, just over in the southwest corner. And he says, once you've harvested some fruit, just deposit it straight into the sack. I'll show you guys that once we get there. So yeah, basically, search the table. You're going to take whatever the highest level is that you can do. So for me, it's the third option, Lagavano seed. And by default, you get 100 seeds. Now that we have those, we can enter. Okay, so as you can see now, there's a lot of different patches here, just in case there's a lot of people here who want to, be farming. And I'm going to show you on the screen the sequence of patches that we're going to go to in order. So I'm just going to put it right up on the screen. So, as you saw, we have the 3 patches that we're going to use up here, and then just down south below an extra 2 here. And basically the way that I do it is I go back and sort of in a back and forth motion. So I plant a seed here, plant a seed here, then up, plant a seed here, here, and that further. You can do 4 seeds. This one's already in use. You can do 4 seeds per patch. So just keep that in mind. We'll go way over here. So, oh, and another thing to mention, you're going to want to be, make sure you're in Resizable Mode, or just the static size here. Either one, as long as your screen is minimized like this and not expanded. The reason being for that is if you're on like full screen mode, it's pretty inefficient, kind of annoying to be clicking from the patch to your inventory over and over again. The distance traveling your mouse, it's a lot longer, and it's pretty annoying. And for me, I was making a lot of misclicks. It just wasn't good. I was losing seeds. But switching to this fixed mode is much more convenient for this mini game. So you're definitely going to want to do that. And so now let's begin. So you're going to use your seed on the patch, and immediately prepare to use your watering can on the seed. And as you can see, I'm kind of pre-clicking, right? So once I plant my seed, I've already got my watering can ready and highlighted, so that way I can instantly water. Now, a good thing to note is as soon as you see the seed actually go in like that, boom, you can instantly water. You don't gotta wait. And once you make the animation of watering it, you can run away and move on to the next patch. So if you've seen how I did that, now we're gonna go down south to these sets and do the exact same process. And for planting the seeds, if you just hover your mouse in the middle of the patch, you'll notice that it just plants for you. If you try and do it sometimes like too close to the edge or anything like that, then it won't work right away. But yeah, so as I said, you can see kind of how I got a good flow going, constantly pre-clicking things, having seeds ready to go. Okay, now run up to the northwest for the final patch. And I always like to use the bottom 2 cans for this last little patch here. And that's it. Now this next part's important. Oh, I forgot to water that. Don't forget to water it or it will die. The next part's important. You need to water. So now you need to repeat the process of watering the plants. You need to water them in the order that they were originally planted, so that way none of them die. Now I believe that the plants have just like a couple minutes before, or like 2 or 3 minutes before they'll actually end up dying, if not watered. But as you can see for me, I have these little sort of timer things appearing on the screen. That's a plug-in through RuneLite, so definitely pretty convenient to just see kind of how you're doing in terms of your plants being dead or not. I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, just remember, if you don't have that, that's around 2 or 3 minutes that you have. But really, if you're going this consistent like I am, you should never have to worry about them dying. And if you do miss a click or 2, the chances that some of your plants, the first ones that you planted, are going to die is very likely. And it's very annoying when that happens. Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned it at the start. I might have, but these do have 3 cycles, so you need to water these plants 3 times fully. They'll grow a bit bigger each time, and then in the final time, you don't need to water them at all. They'll just be ready to harvest. Another thing to note, so when you first enter here, you might notice that this fertilizer appears in the inventory. You can drop it. All it does is when you use it on the seed that you've planted, it'll cut its growth time in half. But it's hard enough to keep up with the seeds growing already as it is. So if you cut the time in half, then yeah, they're just going to be dying. So definitely no need to have that. As you've seen out there, you might have noticed some of my plants are already ready to be harvested. So once we get back up there, I'll show you the harvesting process, and we'll obtain our fruits. Yeah, so you see, all ready to go. When they die, I mean, they'll just turn like black, and it'll say like they're dead, right? So there's no saving them. Once they're dead, they're dead, and it really does suck to lose that extra points and experience. So you want to definitely try and avoid letting them die. You can see my timer was just about to run out there. We got here in time. Don't bother trying to replant seeds after harvesting them. Just go through and harvest all your plants first. And I'll see you guys back once they're all harvested. Okay, and we're back, guys. So I started replanting some more seeds because there was one thing I forgot to mention at the start. And so that's the reasoning for the position of all my watering cans. Now you might have noticed, so for the left patch, I use my left can. I'll show you here. For the right patch, I use my right can. And back and forth in that motion. Now, if you were to try and use, say, if you tried to use your left can, right, for the left patch, and then try to use it again for the right patch, you'll see what happens. Nothing. So it makes you wait. But if you just use a second can, then you skip that whole process and you can just continue watering without having to wait that second, which really could make the difference in some of your plants dying. So I thought that was just something worth mentioning. Okay, and so that's the whole process of planting all the seeds and harvesting the fruit. And just to show you guys these sacks here, you see deposit sack. There are multiple ones that you can find throughout the farm, and all you got to do is just simply deposit. It'll go in, and now you see I didn't receive any points for that because, as I said, anything less than 74, including 74, will not count for the fruits deposited, will not count as any points. Any fruits after 74 deposited will each count as 1 point. But you still look at the experience, so that's fine. If you do log out, for instance, and you're in here with your fruits, once you log back in, you'll still be here. All your fruits will be in your inventory. You won't lose anything. However, if you try to leave the farm with fruits in your inventory, once you get to the store and you try and go through, it'll just tell you that you're not able to do that and you need to deposit them first. And yeah, lastly, I want to show you guys the rewards shop and just kind of show you what you can get and explain everything. So here you just got some regular old compost, grape seed, just some random stuff like that. The Gristlers can. So this is basically like an unlimited watering can that can hold up to 1,000 charges. And once it runs out of charges, you need to recharge it with points. Then we have the seed box. It can hold up to, I believe, 6 different types of seeds in here. It's really useful, and the seeds are stackable, right? So you can hold 6 different kinds of seeds, but it's many of that kind of seed, right? This is really useful for, say, Ultimate Iron Man, things like that. Auto weed, so this will just automatically weed any patches of your farming patches of yours that have weeds growing out of them. Pretty cool little perk for only 50 points. And then the big thing that everybody goes for is the farmer's outfit. So this full farmer's outfit costs 400 points. The full outfit, when worn, gives I believe it's 2.5% bonus experience when harvesting or when farming. So yeah, really nice set to get. And yeah, that's basically everything about Tithe Farm. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.